the most common fantasies and romantic stories, harems, and their onisan, Taihan backwards, is the idea the universe will line up to provide what you deserve. Or what you think you deserve. It's so hard that I've just called it Taihan, which means difficult in Japanese. It's easier to find a cyborg that thinks centaurs have front legs. Rare are the times when everything lines up for someone, and when it does, it seems to be to give the villains what they deserve. However, it can be pleasurable, so here's something agreeable as a Christmas gift for you. Gift to Christmas is a funny title. I don't know if I'd call it English, cause every English student in Brazil makes the same mistake. We start with our main guy making dinner for himself on Christmas Eve, when a Mother Christmas knocks on his door. Even if, without a cap, you might not notice she's one. Since the dress is so tight, it might as well be gift wrapped. And it kinda is. Her name is Toka, though her toes have no cap. She is a co-worker of his who goes out to drink and complain about life. She says she was at a work party, they said she had to wear that outfit, and even made her serve sake, something that's definitely not a part of her job. He tries not to stare at her, but finds it difficult, since her clothes are barely more than a big stocking, but he thinks Toka would get angry.
Don't tell me you're into this kind of thing too, Kaito-kun.
Well, I don't think it's the Navidad. Lady, I think it's because it's short and makes certain parts pop up, which might lead to Navidad. So I guess it is? Toka asks if he's expecting someone for dinner, since it's beef stew, which would be quite expensive in Japan. He says no, and to start drinking while he makes some snacks. Toka goes on complaining about the party until he says maybe she should go change.
But I wanna talk with you right now!
And she falls to the side, asking why can't everything just go her way? Since he can see everything, of course. Kaito tries changing the topic, saying she is very relaxed today and would usually be pretty angry by then. She goes, and her spine breaks! Frankly, I know what this is supposed to be. There are people whose figure is quite thin and who seem to break sometimes. But she would clearly have to be an extreme example of that. In other words, it looks like her thorax has already finished the movement while her hips haven't started it yet. Maybe she descends from Mr. Centipede from Inuyasha? And then, Toka says he must be interested too, saying this would be a one-time offer and lifting her already lifted skirt a bit more. Kaito asks himself if it's okay to go along with this, until he notices she isn't wearing a bra and realizes she went home first to prepare for this. And away we go! We surely have plenty of stuff I can't show, but I must say it's well done here. Nothing seems to take too long or be too fast. At the same time, of course, I really appreciate there being moments like this, when she gets a condom, both showing she was already interested and therefore brought it, as well as showing she's smart, knowing she should protect herself. Evidently, when she decides to take it off to keep going, she's being kinda dumb. Taking 2 or 3 wouldn't be a problem. But we can also say she knows him plenty to assume he would have protected himself if he had been with someone. Finally, he asks her to be his girlfriend, and Toka accepts, saying he's good in bed, then saying she was kidding and that she's liked him for some time. And that if she makes him another gift, indicating her stomach, she expects him to take responsibility. In other words, despite possibly seeing for moments like the universe aligned itself for this to happen, both Kaito and Toka were part of each other's lives and started liking one another. She just decided, instead of confessing, she preferred an encounter. But even this doesn't seem so egocentric. When she comes in, she asks if he was expecting anyone, probably assuming he could have had a girlfriend and she just wasn't aware of that. I particularly like that not only is it a good story, our main guy doesn't fall into some idea like, he deserves it because he's a nice guy, or that he could do it because she was asking for it. He doesn't advance until her saying she wanted to, and even so, it doesn't become, I'll do whatever I want because she offered. On top of that, even though she is clearly inebriated, she keeps her autonomy. There's a point, after he's finished, when she says he finished too fast and she wants to keep going.
I'm not another hoe, so let's keep going.
He apologizes, she says not yet, and then takes off the condom and talks lovingly about wanting him to savor all of her, with heart-shaped pupils. Quite clearly, humans in these stories have different pupils. Maybe they become ciphers if they're greedy. Their art is very good, even if it has one or two moments like that broken backbone, where the impression seems obvious, but the execution is still questionable. The disc displacement, however, was without a doubt the worst of these moments. I liked it a lot. I think it's a great example of how a sexual encounter can be interesting and erotic without turning the main guy into a pervert. So I hope you liked it, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.